I'm here with quarterback Shane McSweeny as we get ready for this week's South Region Championship game against Johns Hopkins. And Shane, let's go back to last week's game against Mississippi College, and maybe it's best described this way: 6 offensive possessions, 6 touchdowns. Can you ever remember a game at any level where an offense was clicking like that?
No, I haven't seen that all year. We understood what their defense was running. We clicked. I completed my pass. Receivers caught them. They made big plays for me.
Now, one of those players that made big plays, Gene Knight, he's made some big plays this season. The long 57-yard pass play against LaGrange comes to mind. But this is the first time we seem to really be a focal part of the offense. What did you guys see in Miss College that made him the go-to guy?
The vertical routes was all day up the middle. I audible to 2 of them, and one of the passes we ran was there. Just outran the defense.
Is it fun to have the freedom to be able to make those kind of changes at the line if you do see something?
Oh, yeah, it's a great thing. I watched a lot of film this week. I knew what they were going to do. I seen it was open, just audible to it. The line gave me time. I just hit Gene.
And you talked about the line, another performance where you were barely touched during the game. Talk about the play of them this season.
Oh, they've been great this year, working hard. They've been watching a lot of film. Great line. They're protecting me. We could run the ball easily.
There's a wonderful tradition in this program now. 4 of the last 5 years playing in the South Region Championship game, but you haven't had the trophy in the last 2 years. What do you think this would mean to you, and for that matter, the seniors, to get another South Region Championship here at Dover?
I mean, it's going to mean a lot. It's a hard thing to get to. All these teams in Division III. My freshman year, we lost to Mary Hardin Bell. It's not a good thing. Last year, we got knocked out in the second round. We're going to go out there and just play our best.
This week, of course, the Blue Jays of Johns Hopkins, and one thing when you look at or 2 things, I guess I should say. First of all, their physicality. This is one of the tougher teams you guys will play this season. Talk about what you're expecting to see in that regard.
I mean, yeah, they're a big team. They're strong. They're a smart team. They run the same defense as Mary Hardin Baylor, so we're used to it. There should be a lot of posts to be thrown this weekend.
Meanwhile, they also are a bunch of ball hawks. 27 interceptions, the most that I can recall a defense going against you guys. What do you have to do as a quarterback to prevent those kind of mistakes?
I mean, just don't force anything, just go through my progression. There's people going to be open. I play against our defenses. It's probably has more interceptions than them. I go against them, so it's not going to be anything new.
So am I ever going to get the secret of how to throw a good fade pass to Ellis Crowd? I actually tried that, and I couldn't pull it off.
I mean, he's a great weapon to have. I don't know how many fades we have this year. We have a lot. As soon as he came here, I knew we were going to go to the fade in the end zone. So we stayed after practice. We on Mondays and Wednesdays during the week we would go out and throw passes, and it just worked for us all year.
And finally, the man behind you, Aaron Jackson, has the foot injury in the game in the first round playoff game, but continues to battle through it. Tell me what that means to your offense, that you're seeing someone that into the game that he's willing to put up with an injury.
I mean, he's a warrior. You look at him, and he's not the biggest guy out there, but he goes out there, tries to run people over, and him having an ankle injury, you just want to go the extra length and help him out.
Well, best of luck in the win this afternoon.
Thank you.